Peace. Dr. She in the house. Now check it out. For Black History Month, the government is looking at you, so-called black community, and they want to give you some advice about climate change. Or because you're being disproportionately affected by climate change. So let's see what she has to say, your Surgeon General of the USA. Let's see what they have to say about it. Let me put you on.
Climate change is having a disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of black communities. Black Americans are more likely than white Americans to live in areas and housing that increase their susceptibility to climate-related health issues. And 65% of black Americans report feeling anxious about climate change's impact. Through our Office of Climate Change and Health Equity and the Office of Environmental Justice, we're working with providers and community leaders to identify innovative approaches that empower communities to address the health consequences linked to climate change.
Now, peeps, what does all that mean? So, that is a very interesting statement they made. They said to address. Let's go back here. Let's look at what you said. It was very interesting. So there's an Office of Climate Change and Health Equity. The United States has an Office of Climate Change and Health Equity. All right. Now, this office is going to go out of its way to communicate, because 65% of your black folks is upset about climate change. I don't know where these numbers come from. All right. So they're working with providers and community leaders. Providers and community leaders. How do they work with providers and community leaders? To identify innovative approaches to empower communities. Now, what did the Surgeon General just say? The Surgeon General just said, look, we got this Office of Climate Change and Health Equity, and we're going to be working with your providers and community leaders to identify approaches to empower communities. We got these offices. That means we got this money, and we're going to pay. This is what's going to happen. We have this money that we're going to spread out to your providers. Providers of what? Maybe health providers. I don't know what providers they're talking about there. But community leaders? Who are these people? Who are these community leaders that the government is working with? The Office of Climate Equity. What the hell was that again? The Office of Climate Change and Health Equity. They're working with community leaders. They got a bag, and they want to spread it to community leaders to push climate change. That's what's going on. Because they're trying to say you're disproportionately affected by it. No, you disproportionately affected by misinformation, lack of economic capability, lack of proper education. Climate change is not affecting the black community like that. But what they're trying to tell you is that, look, we have this money and we're going to get it out to our operatives in the community because we have a climate change agenda that the black community is not dealing with. And we have this agenda and we got this money. We have these events. We got Davos. We got the World Economic Forum. We got all this climate change going around, and it ain't, the black folks ain't getting it in America. In the cities ain't getting the message. So what we're going to do, we're going to give our money, we're going to bankroll some people to talk to you about climate change. That's all it's all about. You got a nice black history background. Look at that. That's so cute. But that's what's going to happen, man. So now you're going to start seeing a community effort for climate change, about climate change. They're going to get some Negroes, your governor, you're going to get your mayors, the stooges they have in the mayor's department, these these social activists that sucking up all this grant money. They're gonna start getting that money. So I mean, that's how it's gonna work. So you got in the black community, you got this group that they don't do nothing but suck up money. All right, they have little programs, stuff like that. But the real thing about the program is to get the grant money. And the grant money is coming from all over the world, all over the government, all the government, private corporations, government agencies. So they got people that's just, their job is just to find the money. So if there's some climate change money out there, they're going to come up with a climate change action plan and submit it to the Office of Climate Change and Health Equity so they can get some money. Then they're going to take it to like your little youth program and teach 6-year-olds about climate change. That's how this works. All right? It's all about the bag. That's exactly what's going to happen. Just like they did with STEM. STEM is the biggest bullshit going. All right? But what they did was they put all this money around it. The corporations was giving out money because the corporation wants you to focus on STEM as a good thing because that's how they make their money. Not that they're making it, not that the STEM is a way that everybody can make money, but it makes them look good to give out money. And they have money to give out. Don't get it twisted. They have money to give out because money is control. So you control the narrative by giving out the money. That's why you got all the STEM programs and stuff like that. You know, that's all it is, man. It's not like these ideas are not organic. They're being pushed. You know what I mean? They put the bounty out, $1,000 for Juan Hernandez. And the motherfuckers in the community is like, oh, let's go find Juan Hernandez and get this $1,000. It's really like that. It's a bounty. But that's something else we can deal with another time because when you're dealing with counterintelligence and money and economics, it gets funny and funky. But I just want to drop that right quick. I thought it was very interesting. Peace. Dr. Shi out.